Crypto POO.
Everyone, please mute yourself before we start so we can have this as a productive VC without interruptions. I will go through the process, then I'll open the Q&A. Everyone, mute yourself. I already I can already see some people that are not muted. Don't make me server mute you.
Guys, please mute. The last recording was cringy as fuck. CryptoPow had to tell people to mute like 50 times. Stop
Yes.
that.
Also, if you're watching my stream of KP stream, you mute my stream so there's no echo. Because I know there's a lot of us in here.
Okay.
A caucuses where small and inconclusive even fought through the
Now, let's start. We had two trainings before, and the calls channel. Now I am doing things a bit differently. I don't do the safe plays. I'm honestly going for more of the degen and riskier plays, but they are paying off. Literally aping before seeing like the 100,000 volume. I jump on plays at $10,000 to $20,000 market cap, up to $50,000 market cap, which gives me better odds achieving that 10 to 20x, because we know that 90% of shitcoins they go to the $100,000. Many of them reach the $1 million. Now every few days we get that play that will go to the 10 to 15 million dollars, and that will be our like 1000x or 100x play. This is why I decided to start jumping on plays super early, and I'll show you how I do it. Now, it's a Sunday. We won't find any good plays here today, even though today we had some good plays. But here is the setup. We all know the DEX screeners. I go to new pairs, filters, I go Ethereum, save, and that's it. This is my filters. I sort by age. So we have this that launched literally 5 minutes ago. I don't jump on this like $300 in volume. This is not volume. There is no sales. Like I'll give it like 10 to 15 minutes before I decide to jump. Then before I buy N, like you know that my typical buy N is 0.1. A 10x on a 0.1 will give me a 1 ETH exit. 20x will give me a 2 ETH exit. That is good. Don't be greedy. I've seen some comments today with people aping on shitcoins with like 0.5 or 0.7. Don't be greedy because here's the thing, and the thing that you need to understand. Like, let's find a legit play in here. And I'll show you why it's never a good idea to jump with a big amount. This play is already, even after the pullback at 4,000%, this is a 40x since launch. So if you ape like within the first 5 to 10 minutes, you will be at a 40x. 0.1 here is 4 ETH here. So don't be greedy and start jumping with 0.4 or 0.5. Keep it small. Like we in the alpha success, we had a guy that aped with 0.01 and he still had like a $2,000 exit. Now, For a play like this is launched like 2 hours ago. There is only 17 ETH in the pool. So assuming you are on a 5 ETH, it will be hard to sell. And if you sell, you will literally nuke the chart. You don't want to do that. So it's better to jump with a smaller amount and then to be able to exit. In many cases, I jumped super early. I did a 30x. Then I was like, if I'm selling, I will literally rug the whole chart because my bag is like 50% of that pool. You need to understand with these smaller plays, don't go with a big amount. Now, there are other plays like if you want to like have a bigger exit but don't care about the multiples, like you don't want that 5 to 10x. You have 1 ETH and you want to have like a 5 ETH exit. You need something like this. This has 230 ETH pooled. So a 5 ETH exit won't even make a dent on the chart. This is how you need to decide on how much you ape with. My personal sweet spot is 0.1 per play. You can do 0.05, 0.03. Guys, we need another one to stream. People are unable to see the screen. And if we go back to this one to look at some of the cells in here, like just to show you how a very small capital early on can do well. You can see this. Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen.
As you can see, this guy jumped with 0.03 and still had a 1 ETH exit. This is a 33x multiple on his play. Now, I understand that you want to jump with 0.1 so you can have like a 6 ETH exit, but that will be hard with something with a low liquidity in the pool. Please understand this concept. Now, I find, like, let's go back. I find this one. I can't tell if this is a honeypot or not a honeypot. Assuming I want to buy this, I always start with 0.01 and try to sell. If the MetaMask opens, this is not 100% safe play, but at least I know I can sell. Now, remember, like we had a play earlier today that MetaMask opened, but the developer changed the tax to 99% on sell, same as a honeypot. And we need to accept that we will be rugged in this space. Remember, the target is not to win every play. I'll share again the notes. Can you see the notes?
Cryptoball.
Can you
Are you recording the VC?
What?
Are you recording the VC?
Yes,
Last
yes,
time I forgot.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can you see the notes?
Yeah,
We can now see.
I
As
don't
you can
notes,
see,
we just see the chart. I think you're just sharing your Chrome application.
no, I'm record. Okay, oh yeah, correct. Sorry. Can you see the notes now?
Yep.
Remember, the target is to lose 8 plays. Now, if you can't stomach losing 8 plays, shitcoins are not for you. I'm okay losing 8 because all it takes 2 plays to go to a 50x or 8 plays each to go 20x, and I'll go from 1 ETH to 4 ETH or 5 ETH or 10 ETH. And everyone have seen that we had many exits in the alpha success with people like jumped with like 0.1 or 0.2 and they still had that 10 to 30. Like in one case we have a success story with a guy at like 30 ETH now. So don't underestimate a low capital early on. Now, assuming I want to buy this, I'll go with 0.01. If MetaMask opens, I'll go with my 0.1 after that, or 0.09. Now, what are the signs for honeypot? I'll share the obvious signs. Always, if it's a big brand name, GameStop will never launch a shitcoin. So this is like, without even looking, is a honeypot. The chart that we call straight to heaven, this is a honeypot. Need more confirmation? Without looking, I'll tell you the first few transactions were all over 2 to 3 ETH. If we scroll down, like no one jumps on a shitcoin with 5 ETH, 7 ETH, 6 ETH within the first few minutes of launching. This is a honeypot. Don't even try with the 0.01. You will not be able to sell. What is a honeypot? A honeypot is a coin that you will be able to buy, but you won't be able to sell. Now, always de-risk and take profit. But what does that mean? Like, we are facing a problem here because most of you following the same process. So many of us are playing within the same play. If you are at a 10x and you sell your whole bag, you are nuking the chart. Like yesterday, I had the potential to exit with 3 ETH from my 0.15 play. I didn't do it because I knew if I sold 3 ETH, I'll nuke the chart. The chart still got nuked because many started to sell full bag and it ruined the play. Now, in some cases, even good plays that has the potential to go higher, when the chart dumps and dies, it never comes back. So when you de-risk, take your initials, take profit, like take 2 to 3x your initials and leave a moon bag. And remember, like I am one of those that like with CMSN, I did an exit on it at $100,000 market cap. Then it went to $15 million. I lost on 150x. Always leave a moon bag. You never know what happens. Now, leave a moon bag. Pullbacks. Let me show you an example of like why not to be scared and why not to like panic sell. In many cases, these coins rug, but in some cases they don't rug. The pullback can be as bad as 90% or 80%. Let's look at the WSI. Please mute yourself. Now, WSI on day one reached over $1.6 million and pulled back all the way to like $30,000. If we want to look at the forecast on that, this is a 95% pullback, like almost a rug. The coin almost died. But with shitcoins, as long as it didn't rug, the developer didn't rug that play, look what happened from there. Like if we want to go and check how much it did from that depth, 8,400%, which is 84x. So yes, most of them will die, but this will happen in many cases. As long as the depth didn't rug it, this might happen. Pullbacks doesn't scare me. I don't panic sell. I always tell you, don't follow my trades because I am one of those that is, for me, it's either a 0 or 100x. So why sell here to have like a 0.01 or 0.02 back? Because there is a potential for a revival. Now, this is my situation. I am liquid. I don't care about 0.01 or 0.02. Your situation is different. So adjust the strategy to your liquidity and your capital. Now, this is the more Dijon plays, how I'm playing them, why I'm jumping at $10,000 to $20,000 market cap, and it served me well during this season. I'll go into showing the bigger plays and how to identify them early on. We all know the famous GM from the last shitcoin season and what happened in there. Now, we don't see this type of plays every day or every week. Like we get one of these huge plays that will go 1,000 or 2,000x like once a week or once a month. Like in this season, we had CMSN, we had Cult, we had MSN do well but dumped. But when you see a huge volume, there is something behind that play. If we look at the 4-hour chart on GM, on the first 4 hours, it had almost $2 million in volume. Now, most of you in shitcoins, and you can see that barely we get $100,000 to $200,000. This had $2 million in 4 hours. Now, what happened next? Did it die or dump? It had almost $7 million. Like within 8 hours, it had almost $8 million. $8 million on a shitcoin that is 8 hours old is more than some of the publicly traded companies are getting in a full day. So this was like an extremely bullish sign that this was the play. And we know that GM went from being 100K market cap to be $1 billion market cap, like literally $1,000 on day one on November 9th is $1 million on November 12th. Now, did that happen without pullbacks? No. Pullbacks will happen. 50%, 60%, up to 90% will happen. But when that coin is revived, it goes to the moon. Is this the only example? No, I'll show you a few from the previous shitcoin season, which was like back in November. Mongoose. I don't want to tell the story again. Mongoose went to be a $500 million market cap. And if we look at its volume, the very first 4 hours, 1.7 million, then $3.4 million, almost $5 million in 8 hours. We don't see this often. When you see this,
I think we see the wrong screen.
No.
No, we
No,
are
see
seeing
the right
the right
screen?
screen.
You showing us the mongoose chart?
Mongoose chart.
I'm looking at your OpenSea right now. Is that correct?
I think there's somebody streaming something else.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
somebody was
maybe.
different.
I'm
What is
looking at getbusy.eth.
Alright,
That's
I'm
what-
gonna stream my screen.
Okay.
And
Am I streaming the wrong thing? Hold on.
okay,
Who's streaming Moonier?
okay, I just streamed.
sorry.
Now, with Mongoose, within the very first 8 hours, it had almost $5 million volume. Again, we don't see this that often. When I find something like this, I go hard. Like, I don't mind going into this with 1 ETH, not 0.1, because plays like this, when they have $8 million in volume, that means that the liquidity pool and the ether pool became so big that I can have that exit even if I 10 or 50x. Now, I can show you many examples from the previous season, but let's look at a different example and how some plays go to that 100 to 1000x even though they don't start with big volume. The problem with shitcoins, it's not as there is no logic behind it. There is no science behind it. Things can't, like, we had like, even on cult, like I still have this because back in November, on March 19th, I was on a VC and we were this was the chart back then, and this is what we were discussing, and it was still under $1 million market cap. If you look at the chart, it doesn't have that crazy in the millions of dollars. It had like $800,000, which is still great. Went to $1.2 million in market cap. Then see, like, people thought that it died from there. But if we zoom out, look, like, that pump doesn't even show up when you see the full picture. Cult went to do 1000x, went from like $50,000 market cap to now at probably $800 million market cap. This is why, like, even when your play is going sideways or you think it dumped, like, I see some comments that this play died or that play died. Yes, 8 out of 10 will die. We will never win all of them. If we win to 20% out of our plays, you will be good. Here's another problem. Everyone asking me, like, literally, we make, like, I always try to avoid making calls, but whenever I make call, like, it's not even 15 minutes, and people like, why it's not pumping, why it's not 10x. Things will need, like, sometimes some plays will need to take time. I'll show you an example from the previous season. I'm showing you all the plays that I personally played. Refi was a great play. I found it on Dex Screener just with the same process. Now, it had its initial pump that we are all used to now. It had that huge pullback that we are all used to. Many people start to get scared here and they sell. Like, look, it was at like $500 to $800,000 market cap, and from there it went to be $120 million market cap. That's 130x. Did it happen overnight or over a week? Let's look. Like, it launched on December 11 and the mooning started on December 30th. It took it 3 weeks and it reached the all-time high by January 8th. Technically, it took a full month for this play to go like this. Another example that actually this was called by Ramo, under $1 million. Many of us on Parma. Again, it launched, had the pullback that we are used to. Now, then it went to be a $25 million market cap. Now, if we look at the dates, it launched on February 10th. What date did it took it to reach the all-time high? February 28th. So it took 17 days to do a 25x. Sometimes you need to give the plays time to pan out. The problem with many of you that start panic selling or sell too early because you are either over invested or you don't have the liquidity. Shitcoins is not for everyone. I keep saying this. Don't be fooled by all these profits. These are good. Many of you got rugged yesterday by 2 plays, and that is okay. We agreed that we will be rugged. Now, the last point before I finish this training and we can open the Q&A. After you buy in, try to find that coin website and try to find that coin Telegram. Look if there is any utility behind that coin. For example, Parma isn't just a meme coin. They are a DeFi. They were planning to launch nodes and passive income, and they were like started to build on the concept. So we knew that more is coming. Same with like many other plays. Like you need to understand, is there a utility behind this? Or is it very memeable? Like many of us jumped on Hunter Biden laptop. Why I'm like, I don't want to say I am bullish on this. This is a meme at the end of the day. But a meme that will go viral on crypto Twitter is better than any utility. GM was a meme, but it went viral. Hunter Biden laptop, it is in the news now, and it has the viral potential. Other things has that utility or the DeFi element. So you need to understand, is it just a quick in and out for you, or is it a hold for a few days or a few weeks to see what will happen? Remember, refi took a month to do that 120x. You don't want to miss on 120x because your 0.1 will be 12 ETH. And I've seen comments today from people saying that 12 ETH is more than what they make in a year. It's a nice exit. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. One last example and I'll open the questions. This is another interesting case study. Guys, if you want to learn about shitcoins, you need to look at as many charts as possible. Back test. Guys, whoever has his mic on, please mute yourself. Or you guys can tell me who is not who is making the noise so I can mute him.
I'm looking, I can't find him.
This is an interesting play.
It's Eamon Caffey? No, Eamon knows who he's talking to.
Yeah, it's NW. It's N World NFTs. It's New World NFT.
Okay, muted. Now,
Thank you.
this play launched on January 13th. It was almost flat between January 13th until February 1st. For whatever reason, it went viral on Twitter. And this play, like those that were in shitcoins, like our shitcoin channel was like much quieter pre-BBs. This play reached $2 billion market cap.
Hello guys.
$520x. Like 0.1 will be 50 ETH in 2 weeks. Now, I am done with the process. Any questions?
Can you run us through like one coin that you would consider that's in like the lineup and why you would consider, like what would be your
You will never know. We will never know. Like for example, many of us are like bullish on CMSN. There are reasons behind that because the commission proved to be more than a shitcoin. They look like, again, this is a good example. Thank you for asking. Look at this. Like, this coin made so much money to many Habibis and BBs, but look at how it went between April 6th until April 8th. 2 days. I know many people paper hand this, many sold at a loss, and from there it went to be $15 million market cap. But why that happened? Because they partnered with Saitama. Saitama is like a $2 billion market cap coin. They already confirmed that they will be on some tier 1 exchanges. So when you are in the Telegram, this is why I mentioned, once you buy, don't just buy and come to the shitcoin channel and start hyping. Do some research. Yes, I always say ape first, research later. But it's good to do like 5 to 10 minutes in research. Go find the website, find the Telegram, see what's happening. When the news about the partnership became official, and they had a VC in their Telegram with the Saitama CEO, and they mentioned that there will be listings on exchanges, you can see what happened. Like literally 0.1 here is 20 ETH here in like 2 days. This is like, this doesn't happen every day, but when you find that one, you need to maximize your profits on it. How do we will never know unless we do the research.
How much value do you give a coin when they say we're going to get listed by CMC or another exchange?
CMC is not an exchange. CMC and CG or CoinGecko. They are just like discovery websites for newly launched coins, and they are not newly launched. Like coins, when they first launched, we found them on Dex Screener. Then after a few days, they applied to CMC. CMC back in June 2021 used to 10x on CMC day. Nowadays, CMC lost its charm and it doesn't pump the coins that much. But when I say listing on an exchange, I mean like Binance, Qcoin, Hotbet, or all these central exchanges.
Okay, so you don't really value when they are saying CMC, but more if they are saying we're getting listed on Binance. But
Yeah. Central exchanges are different. CMC is like, this is CMC, Coin Market Cap. It's not an exchange. There are no traders on CMC to buy and sell. You go here to look at information about any coin. If we go to the where's recently added, this is what they mean by added to CMC. You can see that this one added only 4% in the last 24 hours. This one 12%. So CMC isn't doing any favor anymore for coins. Previously, they used to 10x on CMC day. Now they don't. So I don't care about CMC.
thank you.
Any other questions? By the way, if you don't want to ask on the VC, you can post your question in the shitcoin channel.
What is the normal volume that you normally see to jump in a coin?
I mentioned this. I don't give a f-
Sorry, I know.
yeah, I don't care about volume personally because I'm jumping on coins at $10,000 market cap. Like if it has $5,000 to $6,000 in volume, this is more than enough. In so many cases, I jump even when it's at $2,000 to $3,000 in volume. Because if I catch it at $10,000 market cap and it goes to $200,000, this is a 20x. And for everyone in here, you are seeing that we get $200,000 to $300,000 coins not every day, every hour. Every hour we have a coin that goes to the $200,000. This is why I started to jump earlier. Let me take some questions from the channel. The first question, the process. I just showed the process. I'll go in here, I'll see it. This is like probably a honeypot, but assuming it's not, I'll copy the contract from here, Control C, I'll go to Dex Tools, Control V, I'll open that chart. Now, this is the chart. This, we don't know. Like, it shows that the team made a purchase. As you can see, team or contract. And one sell. I don't know. But if I want to buy this, I'll click on swap. Never buy on Dex Tools. Dex Tools will cost you more gas and it has higher fees, so you'll get less tokens. I open the swap and I click try on Uniswap. Click import. You want ETH on top and you do the buy. This is the whole process on how to buy. Now, on how I find them and validate them, I mentioned the process in this VC. I'll post the recording in my channel. Next question. Can you please demo analyze foul to show your thought process? Where is it? Assuming I find this early on, within the first 5 to 10 minutes of launching. Now, we don't see the chart. This is what I see. The very first 1 minute, it had almost $14,000 in volume. The second minute, it had $7,000. If I go, let's say 5 minutes chart, within the first 5 minutes, it had $100,000. Like with this one, I won't even wait the 5 minutes. I'll be on the 1 minute because it just launched. I'll see that $7,000, then another $7,000. No, actually for 13,000, then 7,000. This is $20,000. This is way more than what I usually expect. So if I found this within here, I'll jump without looking back. I test buy because I want to see that it's not a honeypot, then I'll buy it. And no, it's not worth buying now for whoever asked. As you can see, it's at 7,000% gains in 24 hours. That is a 70x. Now, it might has more legs. I am not on the Telegram. I am not on the website. Maybe this is the next cult and it goes $100 million. I don't know. But I personally, for a shitcoin, I don't jump when it's at 70x. Someone that aped with 0.1 here is sitting at 7 ETH here. And when he sells, he will take 30% of the wealth of the ETH in that pool and will nuke the chart. What is the market cap entry point? Recently, I love to ape between $10,000 to $50,000. What batches are you selling? Like you sell half a bag, quarter a bag. When I want to de-risk or take profit, like let's say I jumped with 0.1, I'm at 5 or 6x, I take 2 to 3x of my initials. So if I jumped with 0.1, I see if I sell now, I'll have, let's say 0.6. I'll take 0.2 or 0.3 and leave 50% of my bag for the moon in case it pulls a cult or CMSN. Why I am not buying this one? Because it rugged, like literally within 2 minutes it rugged, as you can see from the chart. No one is buying. We found that the first buy was the team. The second buy is 0.001, like $3. And one buy that might be like no one is buying. And then 2 sells and it rugged. It's finished. So I don't just jump on any coin. I need some kind of confirmation that people are buying this. I need some kind of volume, at least $3,000 to $4,000. Any update on Graham? He sent me a DM that he DM'd the team that I connected him with, and they will have a call tomorrow. And he posted that in the Telegram. How to check if the liquidity is locked? Manually, I don't know how to check manually. I'll be honest. But from the DEX tools, you click on the Unicrypt. We see if they have looked on Unicrypt. It's not locked on Unicrypt. Maybe Team Finance. Please mute yourself. Yes, they have 60% locked. And we found it from here. How to find it through the contract is beyond me. I don't know how to do it. Yes, Creamy, I am recording it. Thank you. A test buy, Duda, is when you buy with like a very small amount, like buy with 0.02, 0.01, or 0.009, like a very small amount just to buy, approve the token, and see if you are able to sell before you invest a 0.1. A 0.1 is not a small number. A 0.1 is $350. So I start with like 0.01 buy. I try to sell. If MetaMask's open, then it's probably safe. It's not safe. It is probably safe to sell. And whoever DMing me, thank you for DMing me while on a VC. Hako, 1 second. Wow, this is like, what happened to this one? Okay. Pumping, here's something that usually happens with shitcoins. You see we have pumping Doji, pumping Shiba, a trend happening. This one, pumping Doji, rugged. Pumping Shiba is getting some traction. It's at 86%, so it didn't pump that much. Let me try to buy it and see if I can sell. Like, let me go through the whole process with you. Swap, trade, try on Uniswap, import. Now, another thing you can do, you scroll down, go to Token Sniffer. It might show unsellable. Token Sniffer takes time to update. Okay, it shows that it's not a honeypot, but it has a 27% tax round trip. It has a very decent initial liquidity, Like for example, Grem V1 launched with 1 ETH. This one is launching with 9 ETH and current liquidity at 15 ETH. This is decent. Like let me look in here. It's a 15 ETH in the liquidity pool and it still didn't pump. So this when it pumps, more people start swapping, giving it ETH and taking that P Shiba, this pool might go to be 20, 30, 40 ETH, which will enable you to sell if you are at 5 ETH profit.
Just to go in already, bro.
So yes, this is how you use token sniffer. Let's look at the volume. First minute, like remember, we are on the 1 minute chart. On the first 1 minute, we had $8,000. This is amazing. The second minute, like within the very first 2 minutes, over $10,000. Slowed down, but still, like if we go to the 5 minutes chart, $15,000, $2,000, $4,000. This is not bad for within the 15-minute launch. And it has a decent pool. So
What do you want? That's all, bro. Let's stay dry.
I think she's just.
please mute yourself. So yes, Hako, this is the answer to this. Like $10,000 in 2 minutes is good.
Come, baby, come.
Guys, who is making the noise so I can mute?
Moha SG. Moha SG.
I think he muted.
Okay, good. The locked liquidity. My friend, every project is different. Some of them, they never look the liquidity. Some of them, it takes them 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We don't know. You need to join the Telegram, ask the dev. Sometimes they look the liquidity, like they have things to do, then they look the liquidity. Like in most cases, I've seen like it takes 30 to 60 minutes to look the liquidity. Slippage. Usually I use between 22 to 25% slippage. Slippage. How to change slippage? On Dex, on Uniswap, you click on the wheel and you change the slippage. What is a slippage? Slippage is not tax. Slippage is not fees. Slippage is your consent that if the price moved, let's say my slippage now is 29%. If the price moved less than 29%, my transaction will still go through. If the price, let's say, moved 30%, my transaction will fail. This is slippage.
So is this something that you would consider buying, this P Shiba? You think it's okay, a decent?
I don't want to give a call and everyone goes and buy.
No.
Yes, but a $10,000 within the first 2 minutes is a good start. Is a decent
Gotcha.
start. Now,
Now, what do you think about the correlation between P Shiba and the other pumping Doge?
a trend.
think they're-
Now there is always trends in shitcoins. Like back in February, we called February the cheese season. Like in February, we had probably 3 or 4 big plays that went to be 20, 50, and $100 million coins that all were named after cheese. After cheddar, which came from cheddar, reached $2 billion. We had Parma, which is Parmesan. We had I've seen personally like 5 cheese coins. Back in November, it was the farming as a service season. Every season we have trends, or even sometimes every week we have trends. So this might be a new trend.
Yo, Crypto
Crypto Pal,
Yes, sir.
can you sell oil, please?
Yes, I'll do.
Thank you.
The NFT Klondike. I don't do BSC because BSC is purely BS. It's the worst network to play with. I was like, if we are saying that we want to be rugged 8 out of 10 on ETH, on BSC you will get rugged 49 out of 50. You will need probably 49 plays to get one good play. So I don't do BSC.
Tab, Crypto Pal, do we have any plays now?
I jumped on P Shiba.
Should we jump?
Up to you. After yesterday, I'm not giving calls. I was at 3 ETH. I didn't dump on BBs, so they dumped on me.
Me too,
Yeah,
man.
that's
What the
fucked up.
fuck, BBs? We didn't dump on you, and then you ended up dumping on us. You
Yeah,
fuck
this is
bitch.
why like I told them all my plays will be like, it's not like I am teaching you. You know the process, you know how I find the plays, find them yourselves. So when I sell, I can sleep at night because if I give you a call, I don't want to use you as an exit liquidity. Find your calls yourself. Do your analysis. Do your own research and jump on the plays that you think good for you. But if
Listen, I don't think it should be a shame in selling. Even if you want to sell, you should.
I
sell.
told them, Ramo, I told them the problem with responsible selling. If I give you a call and you are at a 10x and you sell your whole bag, you sell 1 ETH, you nuked the chart. Like, yes, sell 2 to...
I had 4 ETH maybe yesterday in that fucking shit.
Yeah,
coin.
I know.
I even bought 2 ETH from the community wallet to what's it called? Pump your bags, you fucking BBs, and then sold.
Yeah, this is the...
Damn, they shit on ourselves, huh?
Bro, I can't believe I bought 2 ETH worth. I can't believe I dumped 2 ETH worth from what's it called? The community wallet. It's funny. I'm gonna take it from the donation wallet.
Weren't you going to send 200 ETH in Sentry?
Oh my god, I can't believe one of the BBs believed it. He put it on Twitter. He said Ramos said he's going to buy 100 ETH, yeah.
No, Crypto Pal.
Yes.
I got 2 questions. So, with Graham, I'm already like still holding my bags. So a couple of seconds ago, it says that there's a sufficient amount of funds for like this transaction, you know, like the gray button. And like after a couple of minutes, now it shows that I can trade it. That's kind of weird for me.
What do you mean? I don't get the question.
Like, you see the swap button?
Yes.
It was something like we don't have the amount of liquidity on this pool for this transaction. Something like that.
Insufficient funds.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which is weird for Graham. But after I waited a couple of minutes,
yeah,
now
yeah,
it
yeah.
shows.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes time just to load up. And guys, whoever asked, it opens the MetaMask. Now, I don't know what is the tax on this, or if it's a rug or 99% tax. I don't know. I jumped without research because you guys told me to check to buy it. But if it opens MetaMask, it's a good sign.
Didn't you check it? It was like 27% overall. In the other coin.
One more thing, export mode. Would that help us?
No, don't play with, like, even I don't have the expert mode. Why do you want to have it?
So what does it do?
I don't know, and I don't try to play with things that I don't understand because the blockchain and all that universe is so confusing. I love to say KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate things. Any more questions?
So I have a question. Sorry, like I've never followed any of your calls because like I didn't know anything before this AMA about like what's the process of getting into shitcoins and stuff.
This VC is recorded. You will need to re-watch it because I explained the whole process. I don't want to make this as a 3 hours VC.
No, I know that I was there from the beginning, but what I mean is that like when you do your calls, you do them after doing the verification. And,
Yes,
like,
I do a test self, then I usually post it because I confirmed with my own money it's not a honeypot.
Yeah.
And you can watch previous VCs as well. It's on CryptoPals, like chat.
Okay, so all of them are recorded. Cool.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to CryptoPal calls and scroll up. You'll see a couple videos up there.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, KP.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Go.
I don't know if this was asked, but how do you like find all the socials for a coin, like their website, the Telegram?
You either go to Twitter, you go to, like, you need to do a research on Dex Screener. You can click here, it will open in the search. Like, there is nothing about Bomb Doji. They don't have anything. You need to do some research. Okay, we found the Twitter for Pumped Shiba, the one that I just aped on it. And this is how I found the Twitter. Like, you can see from here, you can search on Twitter, search on Google, and this is usually how you find them.
Hello, I would like to ask a question.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm Emmanuel, and I also want to ask, we hear things like it's shitcoin season and it's not shitcoin season, so on and so forth. So I want to ask, during a time when it's not shitcoin season, can you still find good plays?
Yes. Here is the thing. Like, I tell everyone, weekends are not good time to trade shitcoins because volume is down. But that doesn't mean you can get that 5 to 10x. When Ether is not pumping, it's not shitcoin season. Shitcoin season pumps with ETH. If ETH is pumping, shitcoin season is pumping. As you can see, Ether is dumping, yet we had few plays today. Like, let me go back. Like, we had this play that did 4,000%, 43x, and it launched 12 hours ago. This one did 21x. This one did 78x. There will always be money to be made, regardless of the season. Now, with shitcoin season, it will be easier to make money, and it will be more often to make that 100x. But that doesn't mean when we are off season, we can do that 10 to 20x.
Right, okay, thank you. One more question, please.
Go.
When you say a project is a honeypot, it means you can't sell it, yeah?
Yes, you can't sell.
Okay, does that mean that there's no liquidity in the pool for you to sell?
No, that means the developer added a code to the contract where you can buy, but you can't sell. I'll show you an example. This is an example. You can see that it has 42,000 liquidity, but you will never be able to sell. Because in the code, in the contract, they disabled the selling. They enabled buying, but disabled selling.
Oh, okay. So it's in the contract. So it means that you can't figure it out first in the contract. You have to test with maybe a little amount.
If you know how to read contracts, you will find it. I don't know how to read contracts, and I'd rather personally spend 0.01 test buying than go spend days learning how to read contracts.
I think it's just a line of code though, but okay.
Yeah, if you are a developer, if you can read contracts, it's easy to spot honeypots.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Really helpful. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is there a way after that you test that it's a honeypot and you confirm that it's not, then later they remove the cell function or something?
Yes, it can happen.
That's what happened with Year.
Yeah, it can happen. Like, again, there are no guarantees in shitcoins. Even when you, like, I've seen people with the misconception that the contract is renounced or renounced ownership. This means shit, because they can have something called proxy, where they can edit the contract even if it's renounced. So renouncing doesn't mean anything. The dev can always change the tags or disable the selling. It's the risk that I personally willing to take. If you are not willing to take that risk, you need to go, like, not you personally, I'm talking in general, go buy stocks for that 7% annually. But for me, I'm okay to get rugged few times to achieve that 20 to 100x.
Makes sense.
Hey KP, I joined when you were showing how to buy, I think, on Uniswap. Could you show that like one more time for the P Shiba? Just how you take the token and upload it into like Uniswap?
Yeah, I am here on Dex Tools, like I'm on Dex Screener.
Yeah.
I'll go take the contract. Do you see the highlighted contract?
Yes.
I'll copy it. I'll go to Dex Tools, paste that contract. It will show up the pair. From there, you click on swap. It will give you a link to go to Uniswap. You go with.
There's also a link on Dex Screener
Yes.
for trade on Uniswap.
I am showing how I do things. I know there is one on Dex Screener where you click here to trade on Uniswap, but I like to see the chart and have like I like it from here
It's
personally.
definitely good to see it on Dex Screener.
I want to see the pooled width and everything. It will open Uniswap. You will have ETH on top. Decide on the amount you want to buy with and swap. That's it. This is the whole process on how to buy.
So
now,
when I go to like stop this, it won't let me confirm.
If it doesn't let you confirm, you need to change the slippage.
Oh, okay.
Now, in some cases, you won't be able to sell. You will click sell, it will keep on confirming. Some of the tricks, change the last digit to 0 or to 1. Remove the decimals. Sometimes it's not the slippage and it's not a honeypot, but the contract is buggy. You need to have it at an even number or like 1 or 0 at the end without the decimals. These are some of the tricks on how to sell.
I needed to have a 0 at the end. I think that just fixed it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, Crypto Pal.
Yes.
You mentioned like this whole call is recorded, right? So we can access it later on.
Yes. If you go to my channel, you'll find 2 videos recorded, and this is the updated process on how I personally play now. A look at the HBL chart. This chart looks good to me. We know that after the initial pump, usually most coins will retrace 70 to 80%, and if it's a weekend, it might retrace even to 90%. In the HBL case, we see that it barely retraced 20%, and like it did an all-time high today. It's holding. This is a bullish chart for me. And I personally have a decent bag and I still didn't sell. Like if I sell now, I can have a 1.6 exit from 0.1 investment. But I'm waiting because I know that the developer mentioned that marketing will start tomorrow. The market cap as of now is under $300,000. It has the potential to go to the $1 million. This is another 3x for me. So why sell 1.6 when I can have a 5 ETH exit in the next few days? And I won't exit at all. If this goes viral, like remember, Hunter Biden laptop is in the news now. The developer had a space yesterday. I went on the space and asked him, and he hinted that he will be interviewed by a news outlet. That might take it viral. It might get into Yahoo Finance or all these big publications, and this might go to be a $10 million or $20 million. Who knows? But it has that viral effect. This is a meme. I went to the Telegram and they have like 1,000 meme on Hunter Biden and all his scandals. So if they have one of the tweets being retweeted or a comment from one Republican account, this might go viral. Like for non-Americans, Hunter Biden is the son of Joe Biden, the American president. He had his laptop with like 5 terabytes of scandals. That laptop, I think now someone has his hands on it, and he is like threatening of releasing what's in that laptop. This is why this is hot, and this is why I didn't sell. As you can see, I can have, no, this is Shiba. Let me give the number in dollars to make more sense, because 1.6 looks small. This is a $5,000 for me if I sell now from $300 investment in like 48 hours. But I'm still not selling. And whoever asking, yes, the VC is recorded. Any more questions? Okay, everyone, since we are done with the questions, see you in the chat.
Thanks, Cuckoo Pal.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Here we go.
I love you. Thanks, KP.
Thank you.